A very good morning, my dear students. So these days we are dealing with the chapter comparing quantities. We studied about the ratios, we studied about the percentage, how to find out the percentage of those are good in maths, those are bad in maths, all those. In the last class, I had just started the topic compound interest. Alright, you know very well about the simple interest. Compound interest might be a little new topic for you. So what I have done, I have written the two topics here for you. One is simple interest, the compound interest. Let me underline this, the simple interest and the compound interest. Simple interest you know very well. What is a simple interest? Alright, but compound interest is something different than the simple interest. Let me begin with the simple interest first, then I'll come to the compound interest. Alright, now I have prepared one question here. The question is like this. This is a question here. The question is, find the interest and amount on rupees 15,000 at 5% per annum after 2 years. After 2 years, this is what? This is time, this is rate, and this is principal money. Principal money means the money which we deposit in the bank, the very first money, the initial money, alright, which we deposit in the bank, or which a sum of money borrowed or deposited, that money is called principal money. Now this is the formula you know very well, how to find out simple interest. P into R into T by 100 is equal to rupees 15,000 into 5 into 2, time is 2 years, so by 100, this you know very well. Do all these calculations, you will get simple interest. You will get simple interest as rupees 1500. Now when I add this money to this 15,000 or to the principal money, it becomes amount. Alright, it becomes amount. Now 1500 plus 15,000 will give me rupees 16,500. So 16,500 is the amount in case of simple interest. Remember, only in case of simple interest, rupees 16,500 is the amount. Let us find out if the same money, the same question is given in the compound interest. First you have a look. First you try to understand this, then we'll come to this. Please have a look. Okay, now the same question, the figures are same. Find, here I have written compound interest, but here I have written interest. Interest means here simple interest. Find compound interest on rupees 15,000 at 5% per annum. This PM is per annum. Per annum is per year. Compounded annually after 2 years. Compounded annually. This word, compounded annually. You have to understand. Compounded annually means after 1 year, after each year. Alright. That means what? This, can you see this time 2? This time 2 will be divided as 1 plus 1. Means after 1 year, then again after 1 year. So in this case, what will happen? The formula is same. The formula is same. Let me take this principal money as the P1 money. P1 in the first principal money. What is this P1 now? Rupees 15,000, same formula. 5, but time will become 1. I will not write 2 here. I will write 1 because we are calculating the interest for the very first year. Why? Because of this sentence or this word, compounded annually. Clear? Now you find out the interest. The interest is rupees 750. Add this money to this principal money, you will get amount. You will get amount. The amount is 15,750. This is the amount for the first year. But there is one more year is left because we have done only for this year. What about this year? We have to find out about this year also. So what we will be doing, this money will be, this amount for the first year will become principal money for the next year. look here, this is, I have written here A1. A1 is the amount for the first year. This A1 money, amount money for the first year will become principal money for the next year. Again we will have the same formula in finding out the interest. So here you see this figure and see this figure, it has changed. After 1 year the money will change. So 15750 into 5 into 1, you divide this, you will get 787.50 paisa. Clear? Now this money again we will add to this money, not to this money, okay? We will add this money to this money, that will give me the amount for the next year, or amount at the end of the second year. Clear? So we got the amount for the second year for 2 years, correct? Now we have to add this and we have to get the answer. But in this case it is different. Directly we are getting the answer, and that is why here it is called simple interest, but here it is called compound interest. It is compounded year by year. Suppose if it is 1 year, then it is compounded half yearly. Maybe compounded half yearly. If it is compounded half yearly, then it will become 6 months, 6 months. But in this case it is compounded annually, so 2 years means 1 year plus 1 year. First you find out the interest for the first year, that money you add to the principal money, the starting money, that will become amount, and that amount for the first year will become principal money for the next year. Alright, and on that money we will find out the interest. See here, this money has become principal money for the next year. This amount has become principal money for the next year. Then we will find out the interest, and this interest again we will add here, and we will get this answer. Okay, so let us find it out. What is this answer? So remember, my dear students, here the answer is 16,500. I'll drop this. So if I add this, I will get So I will get 16,537.50 paisa. That is this amount. This is the amount at the end of the 2 years, or let us say amount of the 2 years, after 2 years. Clear? Now, but we are finding out the compound interest. We are not finding out the amount. We are the compound interest. Now, how to get this compound interest? Okay. Now, what we will do? We will find out compound interest this way: A2 minus P1. P1 means the very starting money, the very first money, this money. So what is this amount now? Amount is 16,537.50 minus the principal money is 15,000. You will get the compound. You subtract this. I have written this way because so that you can subtract it. It will be easy to understand. So you subtract this money. That money will give you the compound interest. So what is that money? So the money is 1537.50. Okay, that is 1,537.50 paisa. Here that is the compound interest at the end of the second year. But in this case, simple interest we got at the end of the at the end of the 2 years we got 1500. If you remember this, here we got 1500, here we got 1500 in case of simple interest, but in case of compound interest we are getting 1537.50. okay. Now it's up to you to decide which is better, compound interest or the simple interest. I will not go into that topic. You just find out to yourself, study, take some books and keep on studying on this. My idea was to make you understand what is the difference between compound interest and a simple interest. Clear? I think this question should help you. Now, sometimes it is compounded annually, sometimes it is compounded quarterly, sometimes it is compounded half-yearly. If it is half-yearly, that means after every 6 months. Clear? So you see the book, see the questions and try to do this. Okay. Now, in case of this compound interest, it is not necessary that we have to go by this method. This method is very good to understand what is our compound interest. We have formula also for this. We can just put the value and we can get the answer, like what we did for the simple interest here, like this. But for compound interest, there is a formula. We'll deal with the formula afterwards, but you try to understand this. What is compound interest first? Simple interest here is very clear, is very simple. That is why the name is simple interest. But compound interest, it is compounded, therefore the name is compound interest. Okay, so go through these two questions and do it nicely. Any problem, anything which you think that I have missed out, do let me know. I'll be very happy in replying to you all. Okay, have a good day and keep practicing. Thank you.